3 days before my wedding in the Philippines, I discovered the venue didn't exist, the caterer was never booked, and my fiancé had blocked me on everything. $14,000. Gone in 3 months. And I'd convinced myself every single red flag was just cultural differences.
Baby, my sister Ate Vivian will handle the venue deposit. It's how we do things here in the provinces.
I'm Alan, 58, retired postal worker from Oregon. 6 months of video calls with Carmela made me feel alive again after my divorce. She was 27, beautiful, and made me believe I'd found my second chance at happiness. If you're planning to retire abroad or you've met someone special online, hit subscribe. This story might save your retirement savings. 3 weeks after meeting in person, I proposed on a beach in Cebu. The wedding was set for 4 months later in her hometown of Dumaguete. That's when her sister started collecting deposits. $2,000 for the venue, $1,500 for catering, $800 for the church. Then her cousin Berto got involved, selling me decorations and a motorcycle I'd never see again. Every time I asked to verify something, Carmela cried that I didn't trust her. That I was being a typical suspicious foreigner. 5 days before the wedding, she vanished. Phone disconnected, family home empty. The investigator I hired found her at a beach resort in Palawan with her sister and cousin. And he found 2 other foreign men she'd been engaged to in the past 2 years. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me take you back to where this all started, when I actually believed I'd won the lottery of life. January 2023. I'd been divorced for 3 years, retired for 1, and sitting in my apartment in Portland watching rain hit the window for the 4th straight week. My buddy Frank kept showing me photos from his retirement in Thailand. Beaches, cheap beer, a girlfriend half his age who actually laughed at his jokes. I downloaded Filipino Cupid that night, told myself I was just browsing.
Hi, handsome. I saw your profile and had to say hello. I love your smile.
Carmela's first message came within an hour. Her profile showed a beautiful woman, 27, from Cebu City. Long dark hair, genuine smile, nursing degree listed in her bio. I'm not stupid. I know what you're thinking. 58-year-old divorced postal worker. 27-year-old Filipina. Yeah, I'd seen the documentaries. But Carmela was different. She asked about my life, my kids, what books I was reading. She sent voice messages, not just texts. Her English was perfect.
I'm not looking for someone to take care of me, Alan. I have a good job at the hospital. I just want to find someone genuine.
6 months of video calls. Every evening at 7 p.m. my time, 2 p.m. her time, she'd be there. Sometimes still in her nursing scrubs. She showed me her apartment, introduced me to her mother on video, sent photos of her at work with colleagues.
I've never felt this connection with anyone, baby. Age doesn't matter when 2 souls recognize each other.
My ex-wife Lisa had made me feel invisible for the last 5 years of our marriage, like I was just a paycheck and a warm body taking up space. Carmela made me feel seen again. She remembered details from conversations weeks earlier. She asked how my daughter's job interview went. She laughed at my terrible jokes. In March, I told her I was planning a trip to the Philippines, 2 weeks in Cebu to finally meet in person.
Oh, baby, I can't wait to show you my beautiful country. I'll take you to the best beaches, introduce you to real Filipino food.
I landed at Mactan Airport on April 15th. 23 hours of travel running on 3 hours of sleep and pure adrenaline. She was waiting at arrivals with a handmade sign that said, "Welcome home, Alan," with little hearts drawn around it. And she looked exactly like her photos. Same smile, same energy. When she hugged me, everything felt right.
You're even more handsome in person. Come on, I have so much planned for us.
Those first 3 weeks were everything I'd imagined retirement in paradise could be. Island hopping, morning coffee, watching the sunrise, her hand in mine while we walked the boulevard. She paid for half of everything, refused to let me cover all our meals, insisted we split the hotel upgrades.
Alan, I told you I'm independent. We're partners, not sugar daddy and sugar baby.
That right there. That's what sealed it for me. She had pride, self-respect. This wasn't some transaction. Week 3, we were at a beachside restaurant in Moalboal. The sun was setting orange and purple over the water. I'd had the ring for 4 days, waiting for the perfect moment. Looking back now, I can see how fast I was moving. 3 weeks in person after 6 months online. But when you're 58 and you feel like you're 25 again, logic takes a back seat. I got down on one knee right there on the sand.
Yes, yes, of course, yes.
She cried, real tears streaming down her face. Other diners applauded. The restaurant owner sent over complimentary champagne. We set the date for 4 months later, August 19th. She wanted to get married in Dumaguete, where her family was from.
I want my whole family there, baby. My mother, my sisters, everyone to see how happy you make me.
I flew back to Oregon in May to arrange my finances, sell some stuff, prepare for the move. We talked every day, planning our future. She sent me Pinterest boards of wedding decorations, asked my opinion on flowers, debated between a church ceremony and beach wedding.
4 months will go so fast, my love. And then we'll have forever together.
I returned to the Philippines in mid-June, 8 weeks before the wedding. Time to make everything official, find us a place to live, meet the extended family. That's when I met her sister, Ate Vivian, and that's when the money started flowing out faster than I could track it. Ate Vivian picked me up from my hotel the day after I landed back in Cebu. Big smile, tight hug, like we were already family.
Kuya Alan, welcome back. Carmela is so busy at the hospital today, but don't worry, I will help you with everything for the wedding.
She had this whole binder prepared, venue options, catering menus, color schemes. It felt professional, organized.
In the Philippines, the bride's family handles most arrangements. It's our tradition. But because you are a foreigner, you pay, we organize. Much easier for you. Shh.
Made sense to me. I didn't know the vendors, didn't speak Cebuano, didn't understand how things worked here. First stop was the venue in Dumaguete. She showed me photos of this beautiful garden reception area overlooking the sea.
Very popular place, Kuya. We need to put deposit now or we lose it. $2,000 secures the date.
I hesitated for maybe 10 seconds. $2,000 seemed steep for a deposit.
In Philippines, August is peak wedding season. This venue books 1 year advance, but my friend is the manager. She's holding it for us only until tomorrow.
I transferred the money that afternoon. 8, Vivian showed me a receipt on her phone. It looked official enough. Next came catering. $1,500 for 100 guests, then $800 for the church in her hometown. Within 1 week, I'd sent $4,300. Carmela seemed stressed every time I brought it up.
Baby, please. Just trust Ate Vivian. She knows what she's doing. All this planning is making my head hurt.
So I backed off. Started sending Carmela $500 a month for miscellaneous expenses and to help her family. She'd mentioned her mother needed medication, her nephew's school fees.
You're so generous, my love. My family already loves you so much.
3 weeks before the wedding, I met Berto, Carmela's cousin. Mid-30s, designer jeans, always on his phone.
Kuya Alan, finally meeting the man who stole our Carmela's heart.
He had this aggressive friendliness that immediately put me on edge. Too much eye contact, too many compliments.
I own printing business here in Dumaguete. I handle all your invitations, decorations, everything. Family discount for you.
Carmela jumped in before I could respond.
Berto has the best prices, baby. And since he's family, we know we can trust him.
That word again. Trust. It was becoming the answer to every question I raised. Berto pitched me his big idea 2 days later over lunch. Carmela sat beside me, rubbing my back, smiling.
Listen, Kuya. I have a supplier contact in Manila. We buy bulk wedding decorations, flowers, lights, table settings. $3,000. After wedding, we resell to other couples, wedding planners. You get back maybe $2,000. Wedding costs you only $1,000. Smart business.
It sounded like a pyramid scheme wrapped in wedding planning. I said I'd think about it.
Baby, Berto knows this business. He does this all the time. Why you don't trust my family?
There it was, the hurt look, the implication that my hesitation meant I didn't trust her. I sent Berto the 3,000 the next morning.
Smart man, kuya. You will see. This is good investment.
Then came the motorcycle, $1,800 for a used Honda that Berto said I needed for running wedding errands.
Foreigner cannot register vehicle in own name. Kuya. Too many restrictions. We put in Carmela's name. But is your bike. She is your wife, soon anyway.
I should have walked away right then. But Carmela explained it was normal, that all expats did it this way.
Baby, we're getting married in 3 weeks. What's mine is yours, what's yours is mine. Why you worry about whose name on the paper?
My pension was $2,400 a month. I'd already sent over $9,000 in 6 weeks, but I rationalized it. Wedding expenses were always high, right? This was an investment in our future. Her family was helping us. I had receipts for most of it. They looked legitimate enough. The photos Aunt Vivian sent showed preparations happening. And every night, Carmela would curl up next to me, talk about our life together, the house we'd rent, maybe opening a small business.
Just a few more weeks, my love. Then all this stress is over and we start our real life together.
I wanted to believe her so badly that I ignored what my gut was screaming. I'd asked to see the venue in person, always some excuse why we couldn't go that day. I'd asked to meet the caterer. They were in Manila this week, back next week. Schedule didn't align. The receipts never quite matched the amounts I'd sent, always $100 or $200 off.
Processing fees, kuya. Transaction charges. This is how business works here.
10 days before the wedding, everything started unraveling. 10 days before the wedding, Carmela stopped looking me in the eye. We'd be having dinner, and she'd be on her phone. Texting. Always texting. When I asked who she was talking to, she'd say, Aunt Vivian. Wedding details. Coordination.
Baby, you're so paranoid. I'm just trying to make everything perfect for us.
But something had shifted. The warmth was gone. She felt 1,000 miles away even when sitting next to me. I tried to book an appointment to see the venue myself, called the number on the receipt Aunt Vivian had sent. The person who answered had never heard of our wedding, said they were booked solid for the next 18 months. When I confronted Carmela, she had an explanation ready.
That's the public booking line, baby. Aunt Vivian's friend is manager. She's holding it private for us. You're embarrassing me by calling around like this.
5 days before the wedding, Carmela's phone started going straight to voicemail. I called 6 times that morning. Nothing. Texted. No response. I drove to her apartment. She wasn't there. The landlady said she hadn't seen her in 2 days. Panic was building in my chest, but I pushed it down. There had to be a reasonable explanation. I called Ate Vivian.
Oh, Kuya Alan. Carmela is at prenuptial retreat. It's traditional in our province. Bride spends time in prayer before wedding.
I'd never heard of this tradition. I asked which church, thinking I'd visit.
No, Kuya. It's private. Men cannot attend. She'll be back in 3 days. Don't worry.
3 days. That would be 2 days before the wedding. I tried to verify this tradition online. Found nothing. Asked my landlord who'd lived in the Philippines 40 years. He just shook his head. I called Berto. He answered on the 5th ring.
Kuya, why you calling? You should be relaxing, preparing for big day.
I asked about Carmela, about the retreat.
Yes. It's tradition. But also, Kuya, your questions are stressing her. She needs space from your suspicions.
He made it sound like I was the problem. Like my reasonable desire to verify wedding arrangements was some character flaw. 7 days before the wedding, I got in my rental car and drove 3 hours to Carmela's family home in the province, the address she'd given me months ago, where she said her mother lived. The house was there, small, concrete, barred windows. But when I knocked, no one answered. A neighbor woman came out, curious about the foreigner. My stomach dropped. I asked if she knew Carmela. That word, different, plural. I drove back to Dumaguete in silence. 3 hours to think about what I'd just heard. I tried calling Ate Vivian. She answered, but her tone had changed completely.
Kuya Alan, you are disrespecting my sister by going to her house like this. You don't trust her. You treat her like criminal.
I said I just wanted to see her, to know she was okay.
She's fine. She just doesn't want to see you right now. You've hurt her with your suspicions.
The call ended. I sat in my apartment, the wedding dress Carmela had picked out hanging on the closet door. I'd paid for that dress. $1,200. She'd tried it on once for me, spinning around, laughing.
You like it, baby? I want to be so beautiful for you on our special day.
That was 2 weeks ago. It felt like a different lifetime. 3 days before the wedding, I woke up to silence. Carmela's phone was disconnected. Not voicemail. Disconnected. 8 Vivian had blocked me on Messenger, WhatsApp, everything. I tried Berto's number. Out of service. I sat on my couch and looked around the apartment. The printed invitations stacked on the table. 100 of them. $45 for printing. The decorations Berto had ordered. In boxes. $3,000 worth of bulk flowers and lights I'd never seen. The motorcycle title in Carmela's name. $1,800. Receipts for a venue I couldn't visit. A caterer I'd never met. A church that had no record of us. $14,000 in 3 months. And the woman I was supposed to marry in 72 hours had vanished completely. Like she'd never existed at all. The next morning I hired a private investigator. Cost me $300 just for the consultation. His name was Ramon, mid-50s, former Manila police detective. He'd seen cases like mine before. I could tell by the way he didn't look surprised when I told him the story. It took him one. He called me that evening, said he had information. Could we meet? We sat in a coffee shop in Dumaguete. He had a folder. Thick. He opened the folder. First page was a screenshot from Facebook. Carmela, Aunt Vivian, Berto, at a beach resort in Palawan. Posted 6 hours ago. The same day Aunt Vivian told me Carmela was on a prayer retreat. They were drinking cocktails, laughing. Carmela was wearing a bikini I'd never seen. The caption read, "Blessed life with family." I felt something crack inside my chest. He showed me communications with the actual venue coordinator. My hands were shaking. He pulled out more papers, copies of the receipts Carmela and Ate Vivian had sent me. $14,000. Gone. Based on documents a teenager could have faked. He showed me 2 more files. 2 other men. Robert, Australian, 62 years old. Engaged to Carmela 18 months ago. Michael, American from California, 57. Engaged to Carmela 11 months ago. Both disappeared right before their wedding dates. Both lost between $12,000 and $16,000. The pattern was identical. Meeting online, video calls, 6 months of building connection. Quick engagement after meeting in person. 8 Vivian helping with arrangements. Berto appearing with investment opportunities. Escalating expenses. Missing receipts. Explanations that sounded reasonable until you looked closely. And then, days before the wedding, silence. I called him that night. We spoke for 2 hours. He told me his story. It matched mine point by point. He'd tried to file charges too, same result. The money I'd sent was voluntary. I'd transferred it myself. No one had forced me. Michael had gone home to California, took a job at Home Depot to rebuild his savings. After we hung up, I sat in the dark and went through my phone. All those messages from Carmela, thousands of them over 8 months.
Good morning, my love. I woke up thinking about our future together. Baby, I miss you so much. Counting days until you're here with me. My mother is asking about you. She's so happy I found a good man.
That last one stung. The mother who supposedly needed medicine for her heart condition. Ramon had checked. Carmela's mother was alive, but she lived in Manila, not in the province. And according to neighbors, she was perfectly healthy. The sick mother was a lie. The nephew who needed school fees? Carmela didn't have a nephew. The house repairs I'd sent money for? The family didn't own that house. They rented. Every emotional appeal, every crisis that required money, every family emergency, fabricated. I thought about the motorcycle, $1,800, registered in Carmela's name because foreigners face restrictions. Ramon had checked that too. Foreigners can own motorcycles. The restriction story was another lie. The motorcycle was long gone, probably sold within days of purchase. I went to the police station the next morning, filed a report anyway. The officer was polite but clear. I showed him the fake receipts, the evidence Ramon had gathered. He wasn't wrong. Ramon had already told me the same thing. The investigation would be expensive, the trial longer, and even if I won a judgment, Carmela and her family would be impossible to find. They'd done this before. They knew how to disappear. I spent the next week packing up my apartment. Every item felt like evidence of my stupidity. The wedding dress, $1,200 hanging in plastic. The invitations, 100 printed cards announcing a wedding that would never happen. The decorations in boxes, $3,000 of inventory I'd never even seen unpacked. I tried to sell what I could. The decorations went for $300 to a local wedding planner. The dress? No one wanted it. I donated it to a church. Let it be useful to someone. My flight back to Oregon was on what would have been my wedding day. I sat in the airport, watching couples reunite at arrivals, families meeting travelers. I'd imagined bringing Carmela back to Oregon, showing her my hometown, introducing her to my daughter. My daughter. I hadn't told her most of what happened. Too ashamed. She'd been skeptical from the start, worried about the age gap, the quick engagement. I'd brushed off her concerns, told her she didn't understand, that this was different. I owed her an apology. The flight home was 13 hours. I didn't sleep. I kept calculating. $14,300 total. My pension was $2,400 a month. I'd drained 6 months of income. My savings account, meant to last through retirement, was gutted. Back in Oregon, everything looked exactly the same. My apartment, my neighborhood, the coffee shop on the corner. But I was different. I'd left here 8 months ago believing I'd found a second chance. A new life. Love after loneliness. I came back knowing I'd been a mark, a target, a foreigner with money and desperation. The worst part wasn't the money or even the lies. It was the realization that Carmela had never existed. Not the version I knew. That woman who'd listened to my stories about postal routes and my failed marriage, who'd laughed at my jokes, who'd cried when I proposed. She'd been a character. Written specifically to appeal to men like me, lonely, divorced, financially stable but not wealthy, old enough to be flattered by attention from a younger woman. Everything about her had been calculated. The vulnerability, the family struggles, the dreams of a simple life together. I was 58 years old, and I'd been played like a teenager. Within a month, I took a part-time job at the hardware store, 20 hours a week. Not because I needed it to survive, but because I needed to rebuild what I'd lost. My retirement wasn't ruined, but it was wounded, smaller, more careful. I started telling people what happened. Not everyone, but some. Other expats, guys who talked about retiring abroad, finding younger partners overseas. Some listened, some didn't want to hear it. One guy told me I just picked the wrong woman, that his situation was different. I recognized that tone. I'd used it myself 8 months ago. 6 months after I got back, Ramon emailed me. Another victim had come forward, Canadian man, 60 years old. Same story, same family members, same disappearance. Carmela was already engaged again. That's when I decided to tell this story publicly, not because I'm bitter. I'm past that, but because there are thousands of men like me, good men who worked their whole lives and just want companionship. And there are people who know exactly how to exploit that loneliness. If you're watching this and considering retirement abroad, considering a relationship with someone significantly younger, I'm not telling you don't do it. I'm telling you to go slow. Verify everything. Trust, but confirm. If someone's family immediately gets involved in your finances, that's a red flag. If you can't independently verify vendors or arrangements, that's a red flag. If receipts don't match expenses, if you can't visit venues, if every question is met with emotional manipulation, those are red flags. Paradise exists. Real relationships between expats and locals exist, but they're built on transparency, not on urgency and unverifiable promises. I lost $14,000 and almost a year of my life, but I learned something valuable. If something feels wrong, it probably is. And love, real love, never asks you to ignore your instincts or empty your bank account to prove it. The characters, incidents, and dialogue in this video are dramatized for narrative and entertainment effect. While some events may be inspired by real-life themes, this story is a work of fiction.